Morning YouTube, this is Reynolds again, and here we are back in the shop tearing down the computer board. So we're going to do a few things a little different today. I showed you how to do that with a pair of side cutters yesterday, and cutting all the stuff you're not going to use off the cards and off the chips. And we got a lot of chips now, and we got a lot of gold. So we're going to continue in that phase a little bit longer. I've got some stuff I've got to get off of some of these cards, and we're going to do that with the tin snips. So I'll get that done, then we'll start cutting the boards, the RAM boards, RAM boards like these. And you can see the gold here and the chips. Now these are well, this is double-sided too, it has double chips. So these are a little different to do, but we can do that pretty easy. But we'll get these off of here first. That's one of the things we're going to do, and the other one is trim some of this stuff down that we got off yesterday. So if you're looking at the bench, you see all that, and you may see a few things that are different here. Right over here, right there. Those are a few beakers I got. The other day I had ordered them and they just never come in, but now they're in. So now we're going to have a beaker to work with. We still got the muriatic acid and the distilled water, and we got the peroxide. That's 3% peroxide. I guess that's the only thing that's changed. Okay, so we're going to start working on this motherboard again. Be back. I thought I didn't show you any of this yesterday because I thought it's too boring, but I think it's necessary for you to see this now. And what we're going to do, we're going to trim this bunch of pins here. And you just want to trim it as close to the edge as you can, so you don't have any of this fiberglass going in the jar as you're you're processing this. Sorry about that. And it's nothing hard. You get a good pair of snips. I see that one jammed, but that's okay. So there's two sides that are cut really good. Let's see if we can get this one off just the same. And I promise that's all I'm going to do is this one piece that you're going to see anyhow. So there you are. That one's clean enough where it can run, and I might get these out of here. We'll see. So that's all that's done. What else can I show you in here? I can't show you anything in here, can I? So we will cut this board up a little bit more, but we may do something a little different here this morning. That's why the heat gun's here. And I've used the heat gun in the past and it works really good. I'm not sure how it's going to work on this metal table, if it has too much flex to it or whatever. So we're going to heat some of this junk up and take it off that way. Be back. This is how I recommend doing this. We've got a pair of pliers on the end of the card. We've got a heat gun here. We'll crank him up. Assume it still works. And you just heat it up. And it's probably better from the back side than it is from this side. But it isn't like you're going to lose anything here by doing it this way. Because all you're trying to do is melt the solder. And that's usually just what I do, is just hit it on the bench. So I said I wasn't sure about this bench because of the give. can't see my camera. I can't see what I'm doing. All right, there we go. I see me. It takes a little while for this gun to heat up. And just hit it on the bench. You can see little things coming off of here now. Let's see if we can't get one of these chips to pull. There's one off. This is much easier than using the side cutter or the tin snips. And once you get it going, all this stuff will just come right off, and it just takes minutes. I'm gonna try to get this big one off. He's not wanting to come off too bad. There he goes. He's off now. So anyhow, that's what I wanted to show you with this other system here using the heat gun, and it works really good. See, and you can get just about all this off of here. Everything's loose now, just scrape it off. So you got chips, you got cups. So that's a magnet. Let me get him. So there's the big chip. And so that's how that works, and you don't get burnt or nothing. And if you look here, there's a lot of little things here. These little guys, and there's a little guy, there's a little chip, there's a, yeah, whatever that is. Probably a crystal. And chips, resistors, capacitors, they all come right off. I'm even going to try it on that side over there, but there's no need in you watching this all that time. So now you got the idea. Just hit it and bang it on a good bench. That's about a little over 10 minutes. This board I'm considering it done. This is all plastic, and there's some pins in there, but it's not worth the effort to go in and get them. We got some caps here. We got some stuff in these fittings here. A little bit of gold pins maybe. These are from the heat sinks. They're FET transistors, and they are copper. I think I already ground on one of these. Of course, it's not that one, is it? Yeah, it is that one. I don't know if you can see the end of this or not. Probably not. There it is anyhow. These are copper on the back, so we'll keep those. And all of these can go up in here. I'm pretty sure these caps are all silver. All of these. This little guy has a gold case on it, but I don't think it's gold. I think it's steel. And we got all the wow. Just went blank there for a second. We got all the little chips. But where's my magnet at? Let's see. Yeah, that's magnetic. So that's junk. I think I already threw one in there. Let's see if he's magnetic. Yep, they're magnetic, so they're junk. So anyhow, we got a few little chips here. We'll decide what to do with them later. We'll see if there's enough in here where we want to try to get these pins out. But I'm having my doubts. There's a little bit here, but nothing major. So I think I would throw these, and I'm going to throw this board. There's nothing worthwhile left on it, not any gold. I got all the chips that had gold and all that off them, all the sockets that had gold, and these are just, I'm not going to mess with that. That's too small a gold to even play with. All right, be back. Hey guys, I'm a little low on battery, but I'm going to keep going here. So this is a RAM board. It has full-size chips on both sides. Some of them are flat, and you can just pop them off. And these, I think, will come off similar to that. And we're going to try it here and see. Now, this is just a wood chisel, and you get under one corner, and you should be able to pop that like that. And there's one. So that's how they come off. You just get under it and lift. I think you're seeing that. Yeah, you are. Okay, I wasn't sure I turned the camera on. You know, that happens. All right, so we'll just keep going here. So we'll have this whole side off in seconds rather than hours. Like that. So that whole side's off. So you can just go do the other side. And you can take these chips and work them yourself if you want, or you can sell them to somebody who buys chips and let them deal with getting the whatever things you might find in there out. So there's a RAM card almost ready. Now this is all solder here. Right here, this is all solder joints. And I can't tell if those feeds are gold or not. But we're going to take this off of here. And the secret to the gold is you want to get as close and not leave any behind as you can. So you want to be right on the edge of that. So there's one. He's ready to go. And most of that's off. I mean, you got a little bit on that end and a little teeny bit on this end. And if you're nitpicky, like I can be sometimes, you can just put it in there and do that. And do that and waste a lot of time. So anyhow, that's one. Now here's the next one. No, I'm going to come in from the other end, sorry. We're going to do it this way. Oh, well that wasn't a good thing, you see, that disappeared, so I'm going to go hunt that and I'll be back. I think I'm back now, aren't I? Yep, there I am. Okay, I got this idea from a YouTube guy that I've been watching for a while. I think he's called the Irish Scrapper. And I learned a lot from him, and this is one of his deals at trimming these. And they keep the fiberglass out of the acid when you're doing it. And I was on his site the other day, and I saw that he died. Everybody was posting rest in peace on it, which I thought, wow, what are they saying that for? So he's no longer with us. We should have lots of RAM cards. Well, this isn't a RAM card, but it's a really neat card. Look at the gold on this thing. So I think that the trick here will be to cut these edges off. These are all solder edges. Cut all those off. Oh, it's got chips on it too. I don't want to deal with chips this morning. Sorry about that. Wow, how about this one? This looks like a good one. Think? I think. So we're going to cut this the same way as we did the last one. Just go right down the edge. And you'll see after a while what I mean about it being really boring. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this in the middle. That way I've got room to work here. So I can just come right up this edge. If I can get it in that saddle there, I did. Two. You know, and everybody has their own system for doing stuff like this, and his system has become my system. So now these, so there that is here. These are, huh? Both sides. Yes, sir. Okay, let's look around in here for another one. Aren't they? Yeah. Okay, so I'll show you how to get these chips off. Notice that these are really flat. They're not the tall ones like we just took off. You can tell that these are double the size of those. So we'll go for the gold first, then we'll pull the chips. And we'll start right there at that edge. I probably lost a little speck there, so don't panic, because that's the way it goes sometimes. So that's garbage, that's garbage. And let's cut down this edge and see what we got is both sides. See how that looks. Oh, that looks nice. Look at there. Isn't that something? It's gold, man. It's gold. Let's finish this puppy. Yeah, we'll do it that way. We'll do it this way. This is much easier to cut this direction. How does he look? We'll be picky, and I'm going to take that piece off of there and throw them in there. All right, so now we got that. Now these are pretty much similar to take off as the other one. You try to get it under the corner and just do that. And it's off. And try not to let your chisel slip, because it will hurt you. And these, from what I understand anyhow, is you have to burn them and get them so they're white. And then after they're white, you do something with the acid and you mess around. It takes much longer than peel off? Probably not, huh? Maybe not. So let's do this. Ah, there we go. So now we can do it. And that should give us room to pop these. Come on, you dog. There you go. Good boy. I'm pretty sure I already did this one. That side there. So now you've learned almost all the little tricks, at least all the ones I know to do, like scoring these leads on the side before you do them, and keep your fingers out of the way so you don't get a gouge. And then you can do again and again. So they go quite quickly, but sometimes like this one I must not have scored that good. Like I said before, this is just a wood chisel. And if you can get it under there, these usually come off. No, that one isn't. Because these are just glued on. So we'll throw that one in the trash. It's not like I'm making a lot of money off these, but I like to depopulate a board. I want to depopulate it. There it is. A whole stack of chips. And I've only gone through, what, 2 RAM boards? So anyhow, that's the way that goes. And we'll continue on with this, and we'll keep building up our fingers there, and we'll be done. Be back. Scrap pile's got a little bit bigger. If you look over here, the gold pile's got a little bit bigger. There's more of it in there, and some of those cards are all gold on the outside. They're great. And I got some caps here that I don't know if I'll use these caps or not, but I pulled them anyhow. This is off another card that I heated. And then we got this pile of chips here off of the RAM cards. So we've been doing good. All right. This might be the end today, guys. It's, my goodness, hot in here. It's going to 109, 110 today. So we're going to pull the pin on this one and call this part 2. Don't forget, this is part 2. Be back. Okay guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share with a friend, subscribe, ring the bell for future notifications, give a great comment, and come back soon. Thank you so much for watching, and come back on the next one. It's going to be good.